Jalen Rose. I'm David Jacoby.
What
we
up,
are
dog?
Jalen and Jacoby. What is it that we do?
We give the people what they want.
We start the show with some NBA bubble trouble. Jalen, last night, Adam Silver said that the restart in Orlando might not be for everybody. Interesting. Jalen, here's what I want to know. I'm going to ask the question a lot of people think that no one has asked. Do you think there will be some legitimate NBA stars that will not be part of the bubble situation?
Yes, because there are legitimate NBA stars that are longtime veterans, starters on teams, have established themselves. I don't believe any superstars, however, will opt to not play because everybody's interest is going to be different, Jacoby. Of course, we know about the social and civil unrest that we're dealing with in our country, plus the coronavirus, and just going to an environment when you're quarantined again for 6 or 7 weeks and not going to be able to see your family members. You're going to have people that know that their team can't win the championship based on all of that. It's like, wait a minute. I live in the suburbs. I don't want to get sick. I'm good. And so there will be players that don't end up in Orlando while their teams are there playing basketball games. Yes, that's going to happen.
So here's a question that I want to ask as well, because when I look at this, it seems to me that your willingness to go into the bubble, now we'll take the social unrest aside, we discussed that yesterday, but your willingness to go into the bubble and have these strict quarantine policies enforced upon you is a function of how much you think you have an opportunity to win a championship. Don't you think those teams like the Lakers and the Clippers and the Bucks and maybe the Celtics or Sixers are more willing to go into the bubble than others because they feel like they have a better chance to win a championship?
They should be, and that's how it's going to work. If you're playing for the Phoenix Suns and you Devin Booker, you like, am I really flying across the country to be the guinea pig for one of these playoff teams? And so am I going to put myself in harm's way when I'm out here living my best life dating a Jenner? Not going to be able to do it. It's probably what people are going to say. And so there will be basketball, and ultimately there will be an NBA champion. I just don't want multimedia fans to take it personal. Whatever reason NBA players decide they don't want to be a part of the bubble in the NBA and resuming the season physically.
Well, I mean, obviously, two of the main reasons will be sort of wanting to support the social unrest and the movement that's happening all across the country and the globe. Another reason would be the health policies. There's a 125-page, again, 125-page policy being sent around to NBA players about what exactly is going to happen in Orlando. There is this coalition of players that have come together, and they put out a statement. And in this coalition, there are Kyrie Irving and Avery Bradley. They expressed their hesitation to want to go down to Orlando and finish the season. That got me thinking, Dwight Howard is on wax. He was on CNN last night saying he didn't want to go into the bubble. We have Avery Bradley also on the Lakers. Jalen, there is a report that all the Lakers are on the same page and there's no division amongst the Lakers. However, do you think that there are some Lakers that want to go into Orlando and some that do not?
Absolutely. That's just how it is. These are all adults, taxpaying citizens, have their own family, their own health situations, their own decision-making process, that if they decide not to go, don't take it personal. And I don't believe teammates will take it personal based on the climate that we're dealing with.
It's interesting. We will find out exactly who is headed to Orlando more and more every single day, and we'll update you on that. As the NBA gets ready to restart, so is the NFL, and there's one particular quarterback that's getting a lot of attention, a gentleman by the name of Colin Kaepernick. And Roger Goodell, the commissioner of the NFL, said he encourages a team to pick up Kaepernick. Jalen, why do you think the change of heart from the commissioner of the NFL?
The same reason why Dabo is now protesting with his players after seeing him with a Football Matters shirt on. The same reason why the NBA has now created a players coalition. The same reason time and time again that you have seen people like Drew Brees have to apologize for things that they say. I want to make sure that I say this clearly, David Jacoby. I don't believe this is genuine. I don't believe this is genuine. We had a chance to do this in 2016. Colin Kaepernick was ostracized and he was whiteballed from the NFL and never got another opportunity based on his peaceful protest. Roger Goodell is doing this because he's caving to the sentiments of realizing that the revolution has now been televised on the internet. And you don't want to be on the wrong side of history as it relates to this civil unrest.
It is interesting. Even with that video that he put it out late on a Friday, and he's saying the right things in the video, and now he's saying the right things about Colin Kaepernick. But based on everything we've seen him say and do previously, it just doesn't feel honest, and it doesn't feel genuine, as you said. And a lot of that has to do with kind of what we know about him and everything he's done up to this point. It's interesting to find out if Colin Kaepernick will end up on a team. I think a team should take a chance on him as a third string option, bring him into camp, see what he has. Right now, the way things are, do you think Colin Kaepernick will get that opportunity in the next couple months?
Bam, homie, not third string. A lot of these squads, he could be pushing the starter. Who's Jacksonville's starter? Like, come on now. Who's Miami's starter? And so I understand every situation is different, but he is really good at football. And we know he was not out of the league because he stopped learning how to play football. That's a flat out fact. He led a team to the Super Bowl. Okay? He's really good at the game. And he deserves an opportunity. I hope he gets an opportunity and makes the most of it.
Well, now I want to turn our attention to college football. There was an interesting saga that played out yesterday. It started with a picture of Oklahoma State head coach Mike Gundy in an OAN shirt. OAN is to say it briefly, a far right-leaning news network. Next, we have their running back, Chuba Hubbard, tweets, "I will not stand for this. This is completely insensitive to everything going on in society, and it's unacceptable. I will not be doing anything with Oklahoma State until things change." Strong words from the starting running back. And then that was followed by this video.
In light of today's tweet with the t-shirt I was wearing, I've met with some players and realized it's a very sensitive issue with what's going on in today's society. And so we had a great meeting and made aware of some things that players feel like that can make our organization, our culture even better than it is here at Oklahoma State. And I'm looking forward to making some changes, and it starts at the top with me, and we got good days ahead.
I'll start off by first saying that I went about it the wrong way by tweeting. I'm not someone that, has to, tweet something to bring change. I should have went to him as a man, and I'm more about action. So that was bad on my part. But from now on, we're going to focus on bringing change, and that's the most important thing.
Interesting. Jalen, what do you think about this sequence of three events?
Oh, so you a man now, you 40, right? Okay, so here's what disappoints me about that, Jacoby, to be honest with you. The player ultimately ended up apologizing for exposing the coach. Had he not tweeted his sentiments, the coach would not have done that staged apology. And let me tell you why these stage apologies keep happening from collegiate coaches who keep saying and doing the wrong thing in this climate. It's going to hurt your recruiting. I don't care what the media says. I don't care what players on your roster say. At some point, they're under your thumb. They're under your rule. They're collegiate students. They're on scholarship. They're not getting paid. He's the power source. He's going to be the reference when they're trying to get their next job. Of course, it's up to them to try to make that relationship work. Of course, Dabo's going to apologize. Of course, Gundy's going to apologize. But I'm telling you, high school players are watching David Jacoby. That's where you may see a difference going forward.
That's a really good point. If I was a prospect and I saw these three things unfold in the sequence and the quickness with which they did, I would think twice before committing to going to Oklahoma State and playing for Mike Gundy. When we come back, we have some good news. The WNBA is going to return. That and much more. We're back and committing to going. Welcome back to Jalen and Jacoby. We have a segment where Jalen gets to decide what we discuss, and that segment is called Keep It Moving.
Wu-Tang.
If you would like to discuss the topic, say hit the brakes. If not, me, you and Method Man jump in the minivan and keep it moving. First up, Major League Baseball season remains in jeopardy. Let's keep it moving on that. That's fair.
We keep it moving. We keep it moving.
I have Lamar Jackson news that does not involve a jet ski. Keep moving or hit the brakes. Lamar Jackson is the cover of Madden this season. And look at it. What do you think of the cover?
I think it's cold. I think it looks regal. And it almost cost him the other day when he's playing football on the sand and got pushed into a jet ski.
Hold on.
I need you to stay healthy.
He needs the chains.
Y'all my Super Bowl
I need
pick.
the chains. I want the chains on Lamar Jackson on the cover of Madden. We need the chains. Moving on. Joel Embiid got some good news. Keep it moving or hit the brakes.
I'm glad he got his extension prorated based on his minutes. Keep it moving.
We keep it moving.
Keep moving.
We keep it moving.
Big announcement for the WNBA. Keep moving or hit the brakes. The WNBA will return playing in Florida at the IMG Academy for a 22-game season and then the playoffs. And this means Sabrina Ionescu makes her debut with the Liberty. I am a Liberty fan. Let's go, Libs. Jalen, what do you think about the WNBA returning?
I think opening game she's going to have a triple-double. That's what I'm predicting.
Easy.
She's going to have a triple-double her first game in the WNBA. I'm glad they got their schedule together. I'm glad they're getting their full insurance and benefits as well as their salary, like I mentioned. And I'm excited to watch their season.
I'm excited to watch their season as well. And Jalen, you know me. I don't really wear team shirts. I'm a Die Easy fan. I don't really commit to anything. But I will wear the first athlete jersey that I've worn in like 15 years, Sabrina Ionescu jersey. It is happening. I am Ionescu stan. I cannot wait to rock that Liberty jersey. What do you want to say, sir?
And I'm going to match you, my brother. When you do that, I'm going to rock the Maya Moore. Let's make it happen.
Let's do it. Finally, I have a story about something that's very close to you. You care about very much. Seafood.
Breaks.
A Maryland restaurant. There were some thieves that stole $400 worth of salmon. Jalen, I know you love to grill and I know you love seafood. Where were you when this happened?
Well, what had happened was, and here's the thing about seafood, Jacoby. Don't sleep on this. White fishes is really my favorite, like sea bass, tilapia. But I'm into salmon as well. And if I had a chance to get $400 worth of it, I wouldn't sell it or give it away. I'd just throw it on the grill and have a party. Season it properly. Make some jerk, blacken some. Hey, man, I'm a chef tail these days.
You really are, Jalen. And Jalen, I have a photo of something that you have never seen before. And I'm going to show it to you in just 2 minutes when we return. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Jalen and Jacoby. Jalen, I have photos of something you've never seen before, something that's going to change sports forever.
UFOs?
Tom Brady in a Tampa Bay Buccaneers uniform. The very first images are here. What feelings does this evoke for you, Jalen Rose?
I wish they wore the throwback ones and just own the orange and white with the Buccaneer on the helmet. Those were classic with Leroy Selman and them on the squad. I want them to rock those, and Doug Williams throwback. But these look dope. This is how their uniforms basically look at the time they won the Super Bowl. So I ain't mad at it. It's Tom Brady.
You know something that's more exciting to me about the Buccaneers than Tom Brady joining the team? Rob Gronkowski joining the team. Like, I haven't seen Rob Gronkowski on a football field for quite some time. And something tells me he's going to be effective. They've got 3 great tight ends. They've got 3 great tight ends with Brait and Howard and Gronkowski. I'm so excited to see what he does both on the field and how he tears up Ybor City. If you've been to Tampa Bay, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Gronkowski's going to be in Ybor City 6 nights a week and take one night off. I cannot wait for the impact that Gronk will have.
Smacking a beer on his head right now.
Yep, all of it. So excited for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers season. Words that I have never said in my entire life before. I want to make sure that everybody downloads and subscribes and rates and reviews our podcast. We always have podcast exclusive content.
Thank you.
We'll be back tomorrow on ESPN at 4 o'clock. Up
Happy
next,
birthday,
Highly Questionable with Dan Le Batard and friends.
Ambitions of a rider.
children.